We are terrified by the question and at the same time, madly thrilled by it. What is the meaning of life? It's an age-old, primordial question at the heart of all humanity. What's the point of going through all this fuss? Why were we born? Why do we die? Why does all this exist anyway? If you've come to this page, you are likely at a crossroads in life. You might feel lost and completely without a clue as to what your true calling is. Perhaps you've searched for years, but nothing quite fit or seemed right. Or perhaps you've only begun the search recently and feel completely stranded, overwhelmed, and depressed. The truth is that deep down, you want to make your life mean something. You want to dedicate your time doing what you love. But how? Where do you start? So what is the meaning of life? To put it simply, meaning itself is very personal and varied. It's something that emerges from your soul as a deep calling. For one person, their meaning in life may be to raise kids. For another, their meaning may be to create a charity, breed horses, become a world-renowned artist, live off the grid, write a book, teach others, meditate deeply, travel the world, and so on. Your meaning can be fixed or it can change. Ultimately, your core essence will know your true meaning in life. In order to find your meaning, you'll need to do some soul searching. You'll need to understand yourself, your gifts and weaknesses, your passions and your interests. This is an exciting process that can also be frustrating and disheartening if the voice of your soul is getting drowned out by the stress of daily life. We'll explore how to find your meaning in life a little later. But first, what is the purpose of life? As I have come to realize through my life's journey, the purpose of our human embodiment is actually to grow a soul. Like the making of a body during 9 months of gestation, soul making is also a process. For, although we are born with it, our soul continues to develop with every life experience. Our sufferings are simply the secretions that add to its luster, like a pearl inside an oyster. Making soul is the process of a lifetime, or several lifetimes. Mystics, saints, and shamans of ages past and of today, from places far and near, refer to this eternal sojourn in many ways. Yet whatever terms are used implies a conscious engagement with our true potential as divine partners in creation. This is what it means to grow a soul. This is what it means to commune with our essential nature. How to find your meaning in life. 1. Think back to what you loved doing as a child. Your inner child is your original self, the first version of you that entered the world. He holds a tremendous amount of wisdom that is just waiting to be accessed. As children, we didn't carry the same level of baggage, social conditioning, or fears that we now lug around everywhere. When you were a child, you were attracted toward the things that brought you the most joy. The most interesting clues can be found within the activities you did the most as a child. Perhaps you liked to read a lot, construct things, dress up your dolls, care for your toys, climb trees, talk to your pets, pretend you were a police officer, construct imaginary realms, and so on. Take some time to carefully think about what you most enjoyed doing. Get a journal and make some notes. Look for the activities you did for the longest amount of time and most consistently. The answer may not slap you in the face immediately, but think about what was the heart and core of the activity you did. What quality were you attracted to the most? 2. Explore your personality. I know this may sound banal, but free personality tests are a wonderful way of getting to know yourself. Plus, they're fun. Not only do you get to learn about your strengths and weaknesses, but you are growing in self-understanding in a matter of minutes. Not all free tests online are created equal. As our whole website is dedicated to the pursuit of self-awareness and self-knowledge, you'll find some unique tests in our free tests area. As always, take these tests with a grain of salt. Take what you need and leave what you don't. You never quite know what unique things may be revealed about yourself. 3. Expand your mental horizons. We all have a circle of competence, a phrase coined by tycoons Warren Buffett and Charlie Munger. What this means is that we all have some things that we're really knowledgeable about, and other things we aren't. Expanding your mental horizons means widening your circle of competence. This could mean exploring a topic you know literally nothing about. This could also mean delving into an area that you've always been secretly curious about but have stopped yourself from exploring. Take a moment to think about what you would like to learn about if you were given a chance. What thought first pops into your mind? Whatever that thought is reveals the place you need to go next. Even if you feel silly, be an explorer. Soul searching isn't always convenient or comfortable, but it is wildly unexpected and can be supremely illuminating, particularly if you're wanting to find your meaning in life. 4. Think about what life has taught you. We are each given a set of experiences in life. The experiences are neutral. They have no meaning, It is how we interpret the experiences that gives them meaning. The interpretations of experiences shape our beliefs and theories about the world. Our beliefs and theories, in turn, determine what we observe in the world to confirm our beliefs, which, in turn, reinforce our interpretations. Michael Makako. Ultimately, answering what is the meaning of life comes down to how you think about and interpret life. Do you ever think about the experiences you've had? Do you ever give them a higher meaning? If not, it's time to. One of the most powerful ways to find your meaning is to reflect on the entire timeline of your life. What have been the major highs and lows? What successes and tragedies have befallen you? And most of all, what have they taught you? If you can answer this single question and take a higher perspective, you might just find your meaning in life. For example, if you believe all your experiences have taught you to surrender and let go, you might become interested in studying Zen Buddhism and make that your meaning in life. If you've learned that all your experiences have taught you the importance of sticking to your truth, you might become an advocate for something. Makes sense. It's a simple but powerful soul-searching technique. 5. Visualize yourself on your deathbed. Tell me, what is it you plan to do with your one wild and precious life? The poet Mary Oliver once wrote, "This activity may at first appear morbid, but it holds within it the seed of true insight. When death is upon us, everything becomes clear, crystalline, precious. There's no time to waste and the choices we've made in life dance before our eyes." For this activity, you'll need to set aside 5 or 10 minutes. Get into a quiet and dark room. You may even like to wear a sleeping mask or blindfold so your vision becomes pitch black. If you want to put yourself into an even deeper mindset, you can play some funereal or ethereal music quietly in the background. Now, once you're ready, imagine you're lying on your deathbed. You are reflecting on all that you've done in your life. When you think of your biggest achievements, what comes to mind? What are you the happiest to have done, practiced, or committed to? Don't be modest here. Think about something simply amazing you have done. What is that? If nothing comes to mind, you can always return to this activity later. Once you're ready to stop the visualization, feel into your body, stretch your legs and arms, and take off the blindfold. Consider journaling about your experience. It will be extremely valuable to remember it. Learn more about how to journal. 6. Practice inner work. Why is it that we struggle to find the meaning of our lives? One reason is that we are emotionally or psychologically blocked. We might suffer from self-doubt, low self-worth, or general self-destructive tendencies. We might be trapped within the pits of an existential crisis, a toxic relationship, an addiction, or mental health issue. We may have even experienced a spiritual awakening so strong that our life seems to be melting around us, and we don't know how to put back the pieces of ourselves. One way to create inner harmony, balance, and wholeness is through a practice known as inner work. Inner work is the mental, emotional, and spiritual practice of exploring your inner self. It is about gaining self-knowledge, learning how to love yourself, working through your core beliefs, and maturing as a human being. For anyone soul-searching, inner work is a vital practice. It can be all too easy to skim across the surface of life without going deeper. But whatever is buried within you will eventually rise to the surface, sooner or later. Inner work is about exploring and working with the different facets of our inner selves. The 3 major types of inner work that I recommend are self-love, inner child work, and shadow work. 7. Think about what type of meaning you need right now. Austrian psychiatrist and Holocaust survivor Viktor Frankl once wrote about meaning. For the meaning of life differs from man to man, from day to day, and from hour to hour. What matters, therefore, is not the meaning of life in general but rather the specific meaning of a person's life at a given moment. It's true that old German saying, "If a man finds a why, he can bear with almost any how." It was men that built the Auschwitz gas ovens. It was man also who marched into them with their heads held high and a prayer song in their lips. As Frankl pointed out, meaning is not some solid, rigid thing, but it is fluid, changeable. We need to focus on finding our meaning of life right now. And the way I see it, there are 3 types of meaning in life. The first is meaning in accomplishment or achievements, where we feel fulfillment in completing tasks, goals, and dreams. The second is meaning we find in values such as the loyalty we feel toward a noble cause or the compassion a mother feels toward her child. Finally, the third is meaning in suffering, where we embrace a sort of attitude to justify the circumstances, i.e., this will make me a strong person by anguishing through all this. Here I have defined 3 types of meaning in accomplishments and achievements, meaning in values, meaning in suffering. Think about where you're currently at in life. What type of meaning do you need the most? Reflect on the most painful feelings you experience on a regular basis. This will be the way to find what type of meaning you need. For instance, if you suffer from feelings of boredom, fatigue, or listlessness, you may need to find the first type of meaning. If you suffer from feelings of general unhappiness, loneliness, or a specific yearning for something, you may need the second type of meaning. And if you are going through an intensely painful period in life that is characterized by anxiety, depression, grief, hopelessness, and other strong forms of emotions, you may need the third type of meaning. It takes 6 million grains of pollen to seed one peony, and salmon need a lifetime of swimming to find their way home. So we mustn't be alarmed or discouraged when it takes us years to find love or years to understand our calling in life.